I mean, he had that suave of being a mob boss, like that New York attitude. Like,
yeah.
Well, he's originally from New York, right? So, like, of course, he's gonna play that off smooth. He had that, yo, man, like, you can't mess with me. I'm a jewelry fucking gambler type dude. I could do anything. In his mind, I thought that too. Like, imagine being in Howard Ratner's mind, dude. That shit feels painful. I think, personally, I think he's going to get hit up for more serious roles again, dude. Like, honestly, from this one, too. I honestly can't wait until his next big one now because of this one.
Yeah, I think it was an eye-opener for a lot of people kind of doubting him.
It was just like Sandler just hit the ground running with this role, you know? And people, like, you know, even including myself, because I saw most of his flops, like Just Go With It or Blended and all the stuff they released on Netflix and stuff. And I was just not... there's only one, and I think it was a week before, which was playing opposite, I think, Chris Rock. I'm not sure if that's the one on Netflix too, but which was enjoyable. Was it that?
The week of?
It was the week of?
Yeah,
it was, right?
His family's getting married to Chris Rock's family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was enjoyable. But other than that, I wouldn't say there was like stuff where I was like, oh, this is like a good Adam Sandler movie. Except for this was just like, I kind of figured when I watched the first trailer, and I was just like, oh man, like you said, like this is like Adam Sandler's like breakout role, and I was just like, dude, like I couldn't agree with you more, or say anything less. You know, that trailer looked amazing, and the movie felt amazing. So it was just like a perfect blend of mishaps. You know.
What would you guys? What would you scale this from 1 to 10?
Let's start with Diego since his pick.
I would give it a solid 9, dude.
Yep.
I would agree. Dude. Honestly, this movie is, if you've never watched it once, it's good for the one-time checkout. Because some things will stay with you in this movie. Some things won't if you didn't like it. I don't know too many people that say they didn't like it. I know a lot of people that want to watch it. And now that it's on Netflix, you just know there's no other way. You can watch it now, you know?
I'd probably have to say, I'd have to give it a 9 also, like a solid 9, man. It's like you said, it's you weren't really expecting that from Sandler. Like, you know, before the trailer and everything, before the movie came out, like you said, is, you know, Sandler's basically, he's just been that guy who's always been the funny guy, and this one just blows it out of the park.
Yeah, dude. You know what I like about this episode? We still haven't ruined the ending, so this is really good.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
the ending is what kills it. I mean, it's an awesome movie, and the ending is just, it's amazing.
Yeah, dude. It had that, like, this might ruin it, that Joker,
yeah,
that Joker feel of an ending, you know what I mean? So, yeah, dude, that was a big twist. Big twist. And I can see it happening, because I want to talk about basically how he was in control, right? Like the Opal, or he was about control basically in this entire movie. But what he forgot at that ending scene is that you can't control human nature. And that was his downfall. That was his major downfall. He thought he had everything in the bag, and then
he thought he was good.
You know what I mean? So the control, he got so used to that he let his guard down. And that's basically what did him. So that was really good. A24 is really good at doing that style. I should have known that, like, a certain type of thing like that was going to happen.
Oh yeah, Wes. Those brothers they directed Good Times also, and the same guy who did the soundtrack for that.
Yes, sir. I know. I knew that. I love Good Times.
I was just looking. I didn't know. That's why I asked you if it was the same guys who did the music for this one and Good Times.
Oh, I thought you were asking because you knew that they had directed that, and you were wondering if they had collabed with the same composer.
Oh no, I didn't even look that up.
Oh, my bad. Well, yeah, Good Time is amazing. If you guys haven't checked that out, it's their one of their first films with Robert Pattinson, and I think starring one of the Safdie brothers.
Oh wow!
Fucking incredible. Yeah, he's the brother, the handicapped.
Oh, he's one of the directors.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah, that guy's awesome.
That one is on Netflix too, right?
I think it's either on Netflix or Hulu.
Yeah,
Hulu or Prime or one of
or
it's
Prime,
it's somewhere. It's streaming on one of the platforms for sure. And that also has this sense of intensity and anxiety. That's just these guys, their style. It's like on
edge.
Mm-hmm. It's like a heist film on acid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Perfectly said.
But other than that, dude, this movie is awesome. It was a good topic, and honestly, it's a good recommendation if somehow no one's ever watched it before.
Well, I mean, you, Onarres and James, this was a first time watch for you guys, right?
Yeah,
first time watch, and now it's in my list of things to watch. Like again, you know what I mean?
Like annually.
Yeah, you know. To remind myself not to be a crazy ass gambler,
or learn to, if you are going to gamble, learn when to walk away and count your losses. You know?
Yeah.
Because I think that was kind of like what Onarres was saying. Is that was his Howard's downfall. Is he didn't know when to stop. Like, okay, you know what would have happened if he was able to get that money? Would he have really ran away and stayed away and didn't ever gamble ever again? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't know.
Or he knew, because the thing was, like, his character was hated, but he also wasn't hated that where he wasn't loved. You know what I mean? So, like, honestly, his kid loved him. Like, I forget the kid's name, the actor, but he praised his dad. They had like good son moments, like very little, because you could tell that he was more into making money than being with his kids.
He's pretty fucked up to Julia, and then she basically takes him back and says like,
and she gets a tattoo of him on.
Fuck it, Howie, dude, Howie.
Wow.
That should.
Why'd you do that to your body? Now we can't get buried together.
That should be a pin.
Howie, the Howie.
Dude, that whole scene with the Weeknd and the nightclub was just like,
the black.
Oh my god! I was just like,
I loved Lakeith Stanfield's orange fucking sweater, dude. That shit was hard. Yeah. I was like, this fool's the only fool standing out in the club. Lakeith Stanfield's been rising, guys. I don't know. That guy's been
he's slowly becoming one of my favorite actors, dude.
He was also really good in this movie as a
supporting
manipulator guy. Yeah, like he played that stuff real good, dude. Like at some points I hated him because I knew what he was doing, but like unlike Howard, he didn't pay much attention to that shit. So, but in my mind, I'm like we're more cautious, unlike Howard. That you know. I would call out Demani like right away if like I saw the bullshit he was doing. Like I would instantly call him out. But then again, I'd jump or something. So that was pretty cool. He has good support, dude. Like he can make a movie just with him. I hope. Has he been in any other movie where he's a main himself?
I think
Death Note.
Death Note. He's a big character in that.
Death Note?
Yeah.
Really?
On Netflix?
The Netflix original movie.
Did I catch you at a bad time?
Sorry for bothering you?
Sorry for bothering you.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. It's a telemarketing movie, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Peterson. How you doing?
Dude, that movie's fucking weird. That ending really it bothered me, man. I don't know.
Dude, it was just like, it's such a strange movie. Like, you really have to be like, I feel like it's like you want to be on drugs, but you don't, because this movie's like so fucked up, it's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You guys haven't seen, James, you haven't seen that yet?
I've watched about half of it, and then I haven't gone through it yet.
Yeah, just wait, man.
I stopped watching it right when he got the promotion.
No, it's like fucking sell out.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do a couple? I got a couple Swan facts if you're interested.
Swan, do it.
Down.
Swan facts.
All right. Jonah Hill, Harvey Keitel, and Sacha Baron Cohen were all almost cast as the character of Howard due to Sandler initially turning the role down.
I couldn't see them playing the character now that Sandler's killed it.
I don't know if it would have been as great, but I think Sacha fits that role.
He could have pulled it off. I mean, but I think it's a hard act to follow.
Yeah.
From
once you see it's done, it's like that. Like Howie forever is Sandler.
Yeah,
exactly.
The only reason I won't agree with
Wes?
with those actors playing it is because I think it had to be somebody from the Northeast that had to play that character, because I think those are the people that they grew up with all that stuff, because I mean, we don't see it here in the West, we don't see it in LA or stuff like that, like they do in New York.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
like that New Yorker mentality.
Yeah,
that East Coast mentality.
Yeah,
especially since he's born right in the heart. He's born in Brooklyn, New York, dude. So he had to land this role, especially if it was made for him.
Yeah.
Any more facts for us, bud?
Yeah. So the Safdie brothers couldn't get financing for the film for about 10 years, in which they used their clout from previous projects in between that time to get funding. Ultimately bringing on executive producer Martin Scorsese to help fund Uncut Gems.
Dang.
Wow.
So basically, because of the amazing work they did on Good Time, Martin Scorsese was like, fuck yeah, I'll help you guys.
That's sick. That's cool to get that, help from a fucking legend like that.
Yeah.
Has Mark helped out A24 before?
As far as no, but Brad Pitt has definitely produced.
Oh, that's cool, dude. I like that A24 gets that them popular people on them now. They're with their ideas, especially with all the actors they've been using too.
Yeah,
that's cool. Good for A24. They're rising. They've been rising, dude, but now they're getting more people on it. That's cool. Good for them.
The film's protagonist is largely inspired by the two filmmakers' father figure, who's his name was Howard, and he was
was he a gambler?
I don't know. They didn't specify whether he was a degenerate gambler the way that Howard is, but he was a jeweler in that same block where Howie's character is written from. So everything, but I can confirm everything but the gambling. Of course, they're not going to really say that, because who wants to be, unless you fucking hate them, who's going to be disrespectful to their dad like that,
That's cool though. They had firsthand information basically about how stuff is ran.
Yeah, basically writing and making everything that much more
authentic.
Yeah, and meticulous. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Write what you know. That's always what they tell you in film school. Uncut Gems is the 7th film in history to drop multiple F-bombs. The final clock